This is Bernie Diaz from TV 33. I'm here on the set of Focus on South Florida with Earl the Goat Manigault, a Harlem legend playground basketball. Earl, of course, played in the mid-'60s, late '60s, early '70s with people like Julius Erving, Connie Hawkins, and some other greats of the ABA and NBA. However, abuse with drugs and just a lifestyle in the streets is what prevented him from taking the ultimate step into a possible career in professional basketball.
The term GOAT is given out very loosely nowadays, but I can remember when there was only one GOAT, and his name was Earl Manigault. See, I came up in an era where there were two ways out the hood. One was being a rapper, the other was a basketball player. I chose basketball as my way out and worked tirelessly to become the best basketball player that I could be. I met Earl Manigault when I was 13 years old. I would travel around the city with my friends looking for pickup games and stumbled upon a tournament that he ran on Amsterdam Avenue on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. I watched on the sideline for hours and then ultimately would ask Earl himself if I could play on the team. I remember immediately Earl threw me a red t-shirt and told me I had next. See, I was a tall kid that appeared to be a little bit older than I was. The game would be with guys around 16 years old, and I had just turned 13. And even though I was a little scared, I knew that this would be one of my only chances to prove to people that I could play with the older guys. I ain't gonna lie and say I had 30 that game, but I did hold my own. Maybe about a dozen points, a few rebounds, few assists. They collected the t-shirts after the game and told me to come back for next week's games. See, all I really wanted was that GOAT tournament t-shirt, but I knew that the only way to get it was to earn it. At this age, having a t-shirt from the GOAT tournament meant everything to me. Earl made sure that I was there on time for the game next week by personally calling my mom and my grandma and letting them know I had a game. He'd always call and let them know I needed to take the sport more seriously and stop joking all the time. At this point, I didn't really know Earl, his history, or the legend behind his name. All I knew that there was this man, he had a tournament that I've been hearing about and that I wanted to play. I showed up at the game ready to play and was blindsided by the coach of the team, a guy everybody called One-Eyed Sam, who yelled, "He wasn't at practice, he's not playing." So I had to sit on the sidelines and watch as my team played without me. I didn't even know there was practice. Following the game, Earl made sure that I knew exactly when and where this practice was and told One-Eyed Sam that I'd be there next time. From that day on, Earl checked in with me and Sam to make sure I was at every practice and every game. Earl Manigault was an advocate for me and all the youth that he encountered. It was later that I would hear stories about Earl from his days at Rucker Park. He was definitely a legend. He played with the likes of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Joe the Destroyer Hammond, Julius Erving, Connie Hawkins, and Pee Wee Kirkland. All these guys were legends of the blacktop, and it was an honor knowing one of these guys in real life. Manigault wasn't a tall guy at all, maybe 6'1" at best, but was known for soaring over his opponents and exhibiting an array of moves that were ahead of his time. He would go up and block the shots of guys nearly 7 feet tall back in his prime. Then was the legend of Manigault jumping so high that he once snatched some of the change from the top of the backboard. I still haven't seen anyone get close to doing that yet. The GOAT was must-see TV. People flocked anywhere to go see the GOAT playing. People wanted to witness his leaping ability for themselves and ultimately lose money betting against him. Manigault never played pro ball, but he easily could have made the NBA. I'm sure he regretted not playing pro, but the impact that he had on the youth more than made up for that, in my opinion. And it was a well-known fact that Manigault had his issue with drugs. He'd often tell the youth to stay away from drugs or risk ending up like him, or even worse. He developed heart disease due to his drug use and ultimately he passed away in May of 1998. So long live Earl Manigault, greatest of all times.